Investing and trading stocks can give you the financial freedom that everyone is always chasing. Unfortunately, when you're first starting out, you're more likely to blow up your account and lose most of your investment than you are to actually make any profits. In this video, I'm going to be telling you exactly what you should be doing in order to avoid losing your investment. More importantly, I'm going to be getting you started with a few simple strategies that will allow you to start growing your portfolio quickly, effectively, and consistently. And we're going to be starting right now. Hey, what's going on? It's Pat from Top Ticker Trades. If this is your first time here and you want to learn about growing your wealth through investing and trading stocks, make sure you start right now by subscribing and tapping that bell so you never miss a thing. I will see you guys in the video. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. I am very glad to have you here today. So, based on reading and corresponding with you guys in the comments and through other means with those of you who actually wanted to reach out privately, I've come to the realization that a lot of you are brand new to investing and trading. So what I decided to do was to create a series of videos which will essentially be a full-blown course to help all of the new people get started on the right track and to pretty much avoid making those inevitable mistakes that all new investors and traders make. So the first thing on our agenda for today is for me to give you a brief overview of the entire first course and what you can expect to learn from this course. Now again, this is a take me by the hand beginner's guide which will be broken down into several videos. I generally like to keep my videos short, maybe around 15 minutes or less, but that may not always be possible, so just keep that in mind. If you have any questions about anything that I go over, feel free to leave those questions in the comments below, and I'll make sure to get those answered for you in a timely fashion. Now, this is all completely free to you, ladies and gentlemen. All that I ask is that you please smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, as that's extremely important for the growth of this channel, and I would really appreciate it quite a bit. So, what exactly should you expect to learn from this beginner's course? Well, we're going to start off with building a strong foundation, as that's pretty much the most important thing we can do. Okay, and then we're going to add to it and build on to that foundation. So we're going to go through the process of selecting a brokerage account. I'm going to help you determine which brokerage account to use. You can have multiple accounts if that's what works for you. We'll discuss funding your account and how much money to start with, if you have access to money. If you have limited financial means, that's okay too. What we're going to do is discuss how to quickly build up a small account and implement a strategy that will allow you to do that. We're also going to be, or you will be introduced to technical analysis and fundamental analysis practices. We're going to be going over options and different options trading strategies. You'll learn about day trading, swing trading, dividend investing, and last but not least, we'll be going over a lot of trading strategies, investing strategies, options strategies used for hedging, things of that nature. My goal is to pretty much introduce you to everything that's out there and help you get a good general understanding of everything in this course. And then we'll get to more advanced topics and spend more time on each topic later in the advanced courses. And if for some reason you're under the impression that all you need to know is just one thing, and you think it's a waste of time to learn about all of these other things, then let me be the first to tell you that all of these things are related and tie in with one another. And therefore, if you want to be good or really good, let's say great at one of them, it'll be greatly beneficial for you to be well versed in all of them. Basically, you need to have a good understanding in how all of these fit together. I guess you could say cause and effect, for lack of a better term, or the cause and effect that each of these have on each other. Ultimately, I'm going to be focusing a lot on my personal strategy, which is very effective, but it does take a lot of self-discipline. Now, I will say this, by the time we're done with these courses, you're going to have enough knowledge and experience under your belt to be able to tweak other strategies to make them work for you. So you'll be able to take my strategy and tweak it to your liking. And that may sound kind of weird or off to you right now, but I promise all of this will be making sense to you soon enough. All right, so now let's move on and talk about how to get started. So what you're going to want to do first is to determine what your actual needs are and set realistic goals. You're going to want to determine your risk tolerance, and how we're going to determine that is based on your age and your financial need at retirement. So basically, the younger you are, the more risk you can take, because the more time you're going to have in order to make back any money that you could potentially lose. So you can be more aggressive in your investing, and you can also be more aggressive with trading strategies if you decide to use those. So as far as the risk assessment and figuring out what your actual risk tolerance is, I'm going to leave that up to you. And my job will be to essentially advise you on the risk of your position. So if it's a risky investment that you're getting yourself into, or a risky trade, my job is to teach you how to recognize that, so that you're always aware of what the chances are that you will lose money in that trade or investment, as opposed to what the chances are that you will make money or be profitable in a trade or investment. So that's going to be my responsibility, but your responsibility is to know what your risk tolerance is. The stock market is definitely one of the best vehicles for growing your wealth. I can't think of any better way. But one thing that you have to consider, and this is where discipline comes in and kind of controlling your emotions, and you have to draw the line between investing and trading and actual gambling, because the stock market will make it very easy for you to gamble. So this is where you have to have self-control. Okay, so now let's talk about choosing the right broker for you. So one thing you should consider is that different brokers have different rules, okay? There's different times that you're able to trade, as far as, pre-market and after hours. Also, there are different margin requirements. Some brokers allow you to use margin, others don't. Some give you more margin than others. Some brokers have more restrictions, place more restrictions on you than other brokers will. So it all depends on what your actual needs are. And right now, you probably don't know what your needs are or what they're going to be, because you don't even know what all is available. And that's okay. This is something that we're going to figure out together down the road as we dig into the material in this course. And you can always open up, another brokerage account or multiple brokerage accounts, so it really doesn't matter. But I will say that keeping all of your money or most of your money in one account would probably make more sense, because that gives you more buying power, so you're able to do more. And that a lot of that is going to be important when we get into using options. Now, there are tons of different ways to use options. You can use options to acquire stocks at a cheaper rate or at a cheaper share price. You can use them to hedge a position. You can use them to pretty much generate either weekly or monthly income or income over several months. It all just depends on how much premium you would like to collect. Now, this probably makes no sense to you whatsoever. You're probably like, what's premium? Don't worry about it for now. Options are or can be very complex, and there's more to them than most people realize, especially people first getting into the stock market. So what I want to make sure that you guys understand right now is that using options the wrong way is extremely risky. It's one of the most risky things that you can possibly do. So do not go and try to buy options on your own or sell options. Just don't touch options on your own at all for now until we get into some of these options trading strategies. And I've got some that are very safe, very effective, and once you actually learn them and understand them, you're gonna love them. That's number one. Number two, you're gonna be thinking to yourself, well, why didn't I do this from the beginning? And I would love to, tell you guys to just go out there and play with options, but unfortunately, it will probably result in a big loss for your account. So please, please, please do me a favor and stay away from options until such a time when we've actually gone over them together and you somewhat understand them. Now, I can't exactly recall how we got to talking about options for the last hour because we were on the topic of brokers, but let me say one more thing about options, and that is that before you can start using options and fully understand them, there are a lot of other things that you need to learn about first. Okay, so please, again, stay away from options. There are other things I need to teach you first, and then we'll get to options. So now back to the topic of brokers. Another very important thing about brokers, or it could potentially be very important, it just depends again on what you're doing. But with brokers, you want one that's reliable. Now, let's say that you're just somebody that's investing and you're not doing any type of trading whatsoever. Let's say you're not going to day trade, you're not going to swing trade, you're not going to sell options or buy them. The only thing that you're going to do is just flat out buy some stocks and forget about them for 10 to 20, 30, or however many years. If that's you and if that's, what you're wanting to do, then okay, Robinhood is probably fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether there's fast execution speeds or whether your broker is reliable, because when are you really going to use that broker, or how often? When 30 years down the road one time? So in that situation, it would not matter. But if you are someone that is an active trader, or let's say a day trader, swing trader, someone that trades options or uses options for whatever reason, options are super, super, super risky if you have a broker that is not reliable. Okay? You basically want to be able to press that sell button and your order is filled. Now, with Robinhood, let me go ahead and warn you, they have super slow execution speeds, and that's when the orders are actually able to be executed. Sometimes you'll be looking at the bid-ask spread, which means that you can see where there is a bidder that's bidding on whatever you're trying to sell, and you can see the ask price, which is where a seller is sitting that's willing to sell you whatever it is that you're trying to buy at a specific price. So if you put that price in, your order should fill instantly, like immediately. Well, on Robinhood, you can use the bid ask spread and still sit there for who knows how long, and your order will not fill at all. Pretty much it's become the standard when you're using Robinhood that you have to go in there and replace that order. And, that could mean changing the price that you're willing to pay by going up a few pennies, or if you're the seller of whatever stock or option, then you're going to have to agree to take less money in order for that order to fill instantly. And that's just not acceptable if you ask me, especially when you're dealing with a brokerage that claims that they don't charge any fees. Well, okay, so they're not charging you any fees, but they're doing shady stuff behind your back to make you lose a lot more money than you would if you were just to use a different brokerage. And I'm saying all of this about Robinhood because chances are if you are brand new to stocks or the stock market, then the only brokerage you may be aware of is Robinhood, because that's the one that's all mainstream and popular, and for good reason, because of its simplicity. But another thing to be aware of is that its simplicity, which is the major reason that a lot of new people have gone flocking to Robinhood, its simplicity is also a downfall, especially because professional traders, professional investors will not use the app. It's literally a joke. The tools on Robinhood are just completely worthless. I mean, the charts are just a joke. All right, you can't do any type of technical analysis by using Robinhood. You can look at their charts and take a wild guess, but that's about, as much as you can do. In fact, their charts start at a 1-day chart and go up to 5 years. But if you're a day trader, you're wanting to look at, 1-minute charts, 5-minute charts, 2-hour charts, 4-hour charts. You can't do any of that on Robinhood. And even the charts that you can use on Robinhood, they're very simple. I mean, they give you pretty much almost no information that you're requiring. So for those reasons, Robinhood is not the best broker, to use unless, like I said, you're just investing long term and you're kind of buying and forgetting. So let me finish here with Robinhood because I can go all day. And look in the description below if you do need a broker. I've got several listed there. I think most of them, or pretty much all of them, will give you a free share of stock. I get one too, I believe. I believe Webull will give you 2 shares. I don't know. You'll have to look into that. But you can use any of those brokers. Robinhood is on there, but you don't have to use them if you don't want to. Like I said before, it's not the end of the world if you get a specific broker right now, because you can always open more brokerage accounts. All right, so another thing that I want you to do and focus on is determine how much extra money that you have, either on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a bi-weekly basis, whatever the case is, but make sure that it comes in consistently. Determine what amount of money you're able to put in there consistently and stick to it. Either stick to that amount or try to do more when possible. Anytime you have extra money that you can spare to put into your investing account, make sure you do that. And very quickly, the reason for that is, okay, if you're someone that is having to put small amounts of money into your account, on whatever time frame, then obviously you're trying to build up enough money in there to where you can leverage it and make more money by using that money. So you want to grow that account as fast as possible, and at the same time you want to control, any type of risk coming your way, because you're already at a disadvantage. So how we would handle that, and I'm going to actually get into the specifics of this in the next video, but there are several different dividend stocks that I would suggest getting and holding. There's dividend stocks that pay monthly, and there are other ones that pay quarterly. It all just, depends on the stock. But my point is that you have several options that are very low risk and that will continue to pay you on a consistent basis, to where you're pretty much getting compounding interest out of your investment. So that's how we would handle growing a small account. But that is not the only way. There are other strategies, which, you guessed it, involve options, and I will definitely not be talking about those right now because I don't want to give you any ideas, so we will get into that in a later video. All right, so we're moving on to paper trading. And paper trading is basically, buying, selling stocks, options, whatever you want to do, but you're doing that with fake money. It's play money, so there's no risk involved. That being said, I highly encourage you to go and sign up for TD Ameritrade. So that just solved some of the other issues we discussed today. If only we had addressed this first. Anyhow, go sign up for TD Ameritrade and do some simulation trading, okay, with some paper money. And let me know how that goes in the comments. Make sure you practice options trading and kind of just, get used to everything, play around with the software and kind of learn how the charting works, or at least start to play with it. And then once we get to that point with our lessons, then I'll go over their platform and all that and answer any questions that you may have. But at least, you're going to get some type of practice under your belt, and you'll be familiarizing yourself with their platform, which is pretty nice, by the way. So you'll be ahead. Okay, we're almost done here. So let's talk about the basic charting patterns very quickly. So you're always going to want to use the most common indicators. The reason being is that the more complex the indicators, the less people are using them, okay? And the less people that use them, chances are that those indicators won't work. The only reason that these indicators work and that these charting patterns work is because a lot of people recognize the charting pattern, a lot of people are using those same tools, and a lot of people are making the same moves. Or in other words, a lot of people are buying into the same positions or selling the same positions, which is causing the stock to move based on whatever those indicators that everybody recognizes and the charting patterns that everybody recognizes are indicating. And we will get into more details about indicators and specific chart setups in a later video. We will also discuss fundamentals or fundamental analysis, fundamental skills in a later video. But for now, I think we're going to wrap this up because we're well over what I intended this video to be. So I'm going to go now, but I'm going to leave you with some motivation. So if you check out your screen, you'll see that there's a link in the description below, which you can use to follow me on Twitter if you do have a Twitter account. And now, here's the motivation. Day trading, swing trading, it all can lead to huge gains. Don't believe me? Just take a look at the chart in front of you, the table rather, okay? NVAX went from $3.54 to $114.90. Inovio from $1.92 to $33.79. SRNE $1.39 to $10. Neo $1.19 to $16.44. You get the picture. What's even more amazing than these profits is that these profits all came from trading penny stocks, whether that's a day trade, a swing trade, whatever the case may be. These were all penny stocks in the beginning. And now, well, now they are so much more than that. Now what you're seeing on your screen right now is actual footage of my Twitter account. And as you can see, I post a lot of stuff on Twitter. I'm very active. I'm nonstop posting about different types of stocks. Mostly, yes, they are penny stocks, which should just be day trades or swing trades. So I'm not recommending that you buy anything based on what you see on my Twitter. But what I am saying is that by following me on Twitter or just kind of watching my account, it will help you learn more about trading penny stocks. It'll help you learn about day trading them and also swing trading them. Now, you may be at the point right now where you're not ready for that and don't need anything else confusing you. And if that's the case, that's fine. We're gonna continue on with the course or the path that you're gonna take on this beginner's course, and then we'll eventually get to everything else. But I did want to bring this up that I do have a Twitter account with a lot of useful information on it, so anybody that would like to follow is more than welcome to. I always appreciate new followers, so check that out if you get a chance or when you get a chance. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next video of this beginner series. So get some rest, good luck, don't forget everything that you learned today, and definitely leave me some feedback in the comments below just so that I know if I need to be doing anything different. Let me know if you're tracking, understanding everything we're talking about, or if anything needs further explanation, and we will definitely get that taken care of. But for now, please don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video and appreciate the content. It definitely is much appreciated from my end, and also keeps me motivated to keep going and making more quality videos. So thank you everybody for watching the video. I will see you very soon in the next video of this series.